What's going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel, and if you guys are new, thank you, and welcome. Today we are back on that grind, going over a weapon tier list from Season 13. These are the 12 weapons that were released this season via the Season Pass, Umbral Engrams, and then also the 3 Vanguard, Crucible, and Gambit modes. I'm going to be going over the PvP god rolls and the PvE god rolls that you guys want to grab, and how to obtain each of these weapons. I know it's a little late in the season to be doing this, but with the broken computer and everything, I thought I would get to it now since you do have a week, and these weapons will be here next season too. So, first off, we have one single kinetic weapon, the Extraordinary Rendition SMG. Now, this is one of my favorite guns from this season in general. So great for both PvP and PvE. So, first off, for the PvP rolls, in slot 1, I personally am looking for Smallbore. Second slot, Accurized rounds. Third slot, Overflow or Zen Moment, depending on which one you like. The extra rounds with Overflow is super great. And then finally, for the fourth perk, Rampage. Super great roll for PvP, it slaps. Onto the PvE roll. Again, we got Smallbore. Second perk, Tactical Mag. In the third perk, Overflow or Subsistence, whichever one you're feeling. They kind of do the same thing. Subsistence gives you ammo back per kill, and then Overflow just gives you that extra magazine size. And then finally, for perk 4 for this PvE roll, I say multi-kill clip. Just because you can rail so many people in a row, reload real quick, and then get that extra damage with that multi-kill clip. Now, moving on to the energy weapons, which there is a lot of them, let me tell you. First off, we have the Brass Attack Sidearm, which is Void. This is from the Season Pass, but once you unlock it, you can get it in World Drops and Umbral Engrams, everything like that. So, PvP roll, we're going to go with Smallbore for slot 1. Second perk, Ricochet rounds. Third perk, Killing Wind. And finally, Rampage. Onto the PvE roll. Fluted Barrel, Appended Mag. For the third perk, I like Feeding Frenzy or Threat Detector. For the fourth perk, I like Frenzy or Dragonfly. Sidearms have been kind of underwhelming just with all the other metas going on, but me personally, I still think they slap pretty hard in both PvP and PvE. Second, we have the Far Future Sniper, which is Solar. This comes from Umbral Engrams focusing them, and then also from those Battleground drops at those last chests. This sniper is my favorite from this season by far. I love using this thing. So, PvP god roll. Smallbore or Extended, Accurized rounds. Third perk is Quick Draw or Moving Target. And then finally, Opening Shot. PvE god roll. You want Arrowhead Break? I like Tactical Mag. Surplus. And then finally, for that fourth one, Wellspring or Demo. Moving on to the Imperial Needle Void Bow. PvP god roll. Polymer Strings, Fiberglass Arrowhead, Killing Wind, and then lastly, Swashbuckler. For the PvE god roll, you want the Agile String, also the Fiberglass Arrowhead, and then for the third perk, you want Archer's Tempo, and finally, Thresh to get that super bad. Super good for Overload. We'll see what they are next season, though. The Imperial Needle can be found, again, in Battlegrounds or through Umbral Engrams. Next, we have the third Axiom Pulse Rifle. This is an arc pulse rifle that you get from the end of strikes. For this pulse rifle for PvP, I'm looking for Smallbore, Ricochet rounds, Zen Moment or Killing Wind in that third perk, and then in the fourth perk, Rampage. For the PvE roll, I am looking for Extended Barrel, Appended Mag, Feeding Frenzy, and multi-kill clip or one for all. This is a great pulse rifle, and with the meta changing next season, this might be a slappin' gun. Next, the Frozen Orbit Sniper Rifle from Crucible. It is a Void Sniper Rifle. For the PvP god roll, Smallbore, Accurized round, Killing Wind, and then Opening Shot or Snapshot. That's a personal preference at the end of that. For the PvE god roll, you want Arrowhead Break, Extended Mag, Triple Tap, and Vorpal. Easy god roll right there. Melts bosses, melts majors. Next, we have the Kiling Arc Sidearm from the Crucible as well. PvP god roll, we're looking for Smallbore, Ricochet round, Killing Wind, and Zen Moment. For the PvE god roll, Corkscrew Rifling, Extended Mag, Rapid Hit or Threat Detector in that third perk, and then finally Thresh or Multi-Kill Clip. Like I said earlier with the brass attacks, sidearms haven't been slapping too hard just because of the current meta, but hopefully they get a little change and maybe these things become hot and heavy in the coming up future. Next, we have the bottom dollar hand cannon, which is also void, and this one is from Gambit. For the PvP god roll, Smallbore again, Accurized rounds. And then for the third perk, I would choose Rapid Hit or Rangefinder. And then for the fourth perk, Explosive rounds or Rampage. Personally, Rapid Hit Rampage is crazy to me, so that's what I would be going for. For the PvE god roll, we have Fluted Barrel, Tactical Mag. I like Rapid Hit or Outlaw for the third slot, and then finally Wellspring or Rampage for the fourth slot for your PvE roll. Our final energy weapon is the Trinary System Solar Fusion Rifle from Gambit. Once again, we got PvP, Smallbore, Liquid Coils, Killing Wind, and then High Impact Reserves. For the PvE god roll, pretty much the same thing. You got Corkscrew Rifling, Liquid Coils, Feeding Frenzy, and then I would either do High Impact Reserves or Tap Trigger for that final perk slot. Moving on to our power weapons. First off, we have the Code Duel, which is a solar rocket launcher, which is obtained through those battlegrounds or umbral engrams. Now, the PvP and PvE rolls are very similar. For the PvP roll, you want Volatile Launch or Quick Launch. Always in slot 2, you want Impact Casing. Definitely for both PvP and PvE. So, we have Volatile Launch, Impact Casing, Quick Draw, and then either Chain Reaction or Cluster Bombs for PvP. Those two work super well. For the PvE roll, Volatile Launch again, Impact Casing, and then either Impulse Amplifier or Field Prep for that quick reload time, with the fourth one being Chain Reaction or Lasting Impression for those extra damage and killing those adds. Now, next off, we have another rocket launcher, the Royal Entry, which comes from Strikes. This is a void rocket launcher, and in all seriousness, the PvP and PvE god rolls are the same as the Code Duella. PvP, Volatile Launch, Impact Casing, Quick Draw, Chain Reaction Clusters, and then PvE, you have Volatile Launch, Impact Casing, Impulse Amplifier, or Field Prep for the third perk, and then finally Chain Reaction or Lasting Impression for the fourth perk. Finally, our last weapon to grind for these god rolls is the Threaded Needle, which came from the Battle Pass, and once that unlocks, you can get it in random rolls from the world or umbral engrams. It is a linear fusion rifle that is void. Now, these are getting buffed next season, so hopefully they do start to slap a little harder. Me personally, PvP god roll, Corkscrew Rifling, Accelerated Coils, Killing Wind, and then Dragonfly. For the PvE god roll, Corkscrew Rifling, Liquid Coils, I would either want Rapid Hit or Clown Cartridge, and then Vorpal. These are definitely the god rolls, in my opinion, that you should be trying to get for these 12 guns. They will be in the loot pool next season, but there are so many opportunities to finish up strong at the end of the season and grab these guns so you can grind out those new weapons next season instead of going for old rolls from these guns. So I would get to slapping and try to get these before May 11th. A super good way to get the ones that do not come from Crucible, Vanguard, or Gambit is to go into Battlegrounds, slap those chests, and then also focus your Umbral Engrams to find whichever gun you want. When you are doing Crucible, Strikes, or Gambit, make sure that on your Ghost you have Prosperity for whichever playlist you are in. So if you're in Crucible, make sure you have Prosperity for Crucible. If you're in Strikes, Prosperity Vanguard. And then Gambit, Prosperity Gambit. This gives you an extra chance at a legendary weapon at the end. So, very helpful with farming these guns. Hopefully this helps you guys out, and it's not too late in the season. Get to grinding, you guys. Get some god roll guns. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.